Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the month of February. I hope you're well. I'm using the Llewellyn Tarot for you today. Sorry, I just sat and had to meditate with your energy, and it's actually kind of sideswiped me a little bit. It's I've lost my words. Right, it's very strong anyway, which is good. Right, there will be an extended at the end of this video. If what comes up resonates with you and you want to go into it a little bit deeper, then there's a link down in the description box. You can follow that. I've also done a 6-month overview for 2021 for each of the signs. There's also a link in the description box to that in Vimeo, so if you're interested, do go and check those out. Right, I feel like I need to do this one more time. And hope that my words return swiftly. I have 3 cards for Libra for February, please. It's the first card. It is the King of Cups. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have Justice. There you are, Libra. Wow. It explains why the energy was so strong. Like, I'm just like and smacked with it. We've got the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. And so it seems to me that the situation that you find yourself in at the moment is not one that you are actually entirely happy with. The 5 of Pentacles speaks about poverty. It speaks about lack. The 3 of Swords is a card of pain, usually quite great emotional pain, but in this card it's much more muted than you see it in other decks. There's a kind of historical aged quality to it here. But with this 8 of Wands sat nestled in amongst, because we've got the 7 of Pentacles there, which also talks about a situation that you are not entirely comfortable with. There's potentially a lack of communication with someone or a group of people that is getting you down at the moment. But let's pull some more cards and we'll have a look. We'll come back to that. Which cards? I want the John Bauer for you. The funny thing is, despite the shadow cards that are underneath there, there's a really strong independent energy radiating from it here. So I'm quite intrigued to see what this is all about. I've got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck here. I'll just give it a shuffle in. Tell me about the King of Cups, please. Why is that here? Ooh. I've got the Page of Wands and the 10 of Cups. There. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles, please. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands. And the 3 of Wands. Such determination coming off these cards already. I can feel it. And tell me about the Justice card, please. Oh, thank you. We have the Hierophant. It's interesting. And the High Priestess, that was, before she disappeared down the side of the table. Let's have a look. Right, at the bottom of the deck we've got the Hanged Man. This is starting to make more sense now. Could it be, Libra, that you are emerging from a kind of like a bit of a dark period, right? Everybody was very much looking forward to Christmas, but it was so tainted with restriction and regulation and rules that actually it rather took all the magic out of it. And January is traditionally a difficult month for most people anyway, not least because the month seems to be about 76 days long compared to every other month in the calendar. Like August snaps by like that, but January it just goes on for months and months and months. The Hanged Man, card of Pisces, it talks about a change in perspective, right? And underneath that we've got that 5 of Cups energy, right? Similar to a sort of theme that we see underneath here with these cards, these shadow cards here. Things have not been optimal, as we might say. How utterly disgusting. Did you hear that? Oh my God, right. But you are changing your perspective on it, right? The energies are starting to shift. They're starting to lift for you. And Perhaps you have brought that about, or perhaps it is just that the energies have lifted and you are responding to it in some sort of way. But where things have been difficult, change is happening, change is occurring, right? So the very first card that we've got here is the King of Cups, okay? It's a card of emotional mastery, but I always think that this king looks stricken. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's something about the way his eyes are really wild and staring, just kind of like fixated. There's a lot of emotion going on and it's all sloshing around the throne. One assumes that there's no danger of him being knocked off that plinth there, that throne that he's sitting on. But he's clasping his cup really, really hard, and he's got this fixed expression on his face. And there's almost a sense that he could be washed away if he allowed himself to be. Certainly it's not a calm scene. And this is somebody who is feeling a lot, but trying very hard, in the best tradition of Libra, to keep it on a level, right? To keep a lid on it, almost. Emotionally open and emotionally available and all that sort of thing. But just a bit like, if I relinquish my grip on this cup just a little bit, the wave of emotion that may come over me would be a bit too much to handle. So there's a great deal of concentration there. The interesting thing is, it's paired up here with the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Now the Ten of Cups, if we could skip straight to that, is, I sometimes call it my happy family card, okay? Because it talks about emotional fulfillment for a collective. Now a collective, in the way that I read, is literally just more than one, okay? So it could be between you and one other person, or it could be family-wide, it could be your friendship circle, it could be any of those things, right? But being a 10, it's definitely more than just you. And the Page of Wands often is a precursor to movement. I mean, I'm feeling inclined to speak about children here, which I rarely do with the pages, but it could indicate a younger fire sign. You know, that's possible. Let's see, we'll get one more card here, see what this is about. I usually see it as a precursor to movement, a precursor to change, a change of direction, possibly. But a shift. Tell me about this Page of Wands, please. Where is he here? Where's the Page of Wands here? Thank you. Got the Seven of Wands. Where's the Page of Wands here? The Ace of Swords. It seems like you've been wrestling heart and head. When it comes to matters of emotional well-being for the collective, right? Perhaps you've been worrying about your family, perhaps you've been isolated from your family with, you know, the restrictions that are going on, and pretty much worldwide now, I think. Shut that window. Since I do not live in the sticks like I wish I did. We have the Sun at the bottom of the deck, which can also indicate children. And we have the Knight of Swords there, like perhaps a desire to communicate with children. But it doesn't have to be children. It can be just joy. Those things that bring joy and value to your life. A need, a want to communicate to them. In fact, or with them rather, underneath that we also have the Eight of Wands, card of communication. It seems like you've been really trying to keep your emotions level. And you've done a good job, I think. You've done a really, really good job. You've kept everything in perspective, which is what we see here with the Ace of Swords. You haven't lost your marbles over it. You've not flipped your biscuits, but it's been hard. It has been hard. But the winds of change, they seem to be blowing here. And that's important because here in your current energy, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now that is independence and self-sufficiency. Right. It is someone who can take care of themselves, and indeed, Libra, that is absolutely what you can do. Whether or not you're happy about it is quite another thing, because what we do have is the Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands clarifying this. And I noticed that both of these characters, well, all three of these characters here, as depicted on these cards, right? That's looking that way. And we've got these characters here on the card, right? And they're like actually almost looking over the Knight of Wands here, right? And they're all looking at this situation. You seem to be rather preoccupied with the well-being of other people at the moment, right? And there's a really, really strong urge to go and be with them, go and experience for yourself that they are okay. Okay, well, that's Knight of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords. There you are, Libra energy. With the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, like more of this trying to keep everything in balance. The Knight of Wands is a very spontaneous energy. It's wanting to just jump on your horse and go and do the thing that you want to do in the here and now. But the Three of Wands here is a little bit more detached, and it's just kind of peeking its head over. Tell me about the Three of Wands, please. Where's the Three of Wands here? Ooh. We have the Temperance card, we have the Six of Cups, and we have the Chariot, right? So the Temperance card is about that balance. There you are, tempering your emotions, tempering your urges to go flying off somewhere. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles here again. We've got children flagging up again. Right, for sure. This might be your children, it might be your grandchildren, possibly, or it could be, you know, a situation where there are children in the midst of it. But we've got Temperance and the Chariot card either side of this, right? So as much as you want to move, you're focusing on remaining balanced. What an incredibly specific read this is. Goodness. Let's have a look at this Six of Cups. Think about the Six of Cups, please. Got the Two of Cups and the High Priestess. And the Sun card again at the bottom of the deck. Followed by the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Right. How interesting. I mean, another way of looking at all of this is you tempering a desire to rekindle something with someone from the past, which is interesting. You know, this High Priestess is here, and she's a channel. She has intuitive wisdom. You know, she receives all of the intuitive bumps, and it's here with the Two of Cups. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic situation, although obviously the word rekindle tends to imply that. But it could be a wanting to see for yourself in something other than your mind's eye that this person is okay and that this relationship is okay. There's a definite sense of you being separated away from people that you would like to see, that you would like to spend time with. But knowing that you need to keep yourself level and central and not overreact too much. Right? Be a bit controlled about the situation. Because I think if you gave in to your urges, you'd just get on your horse and gallop to where it is that you want to go. Oh, it's incredibly specific. So what we've got coming up for you here in February is justice. It is you, ultimately. You know, whenever you've got a sign showing up in their own reading, it's a really authentic expression of their energy. And you've done this twice now because you're here as the Queen of Swords too. And it's paired up here with the Hierophant and the High Priestess again. Now, the Hierophant and Justice together, interestingly, in a complete, you know, about turn away from what the theme of this reading seems to be, can sometimes talk about divorce, actually, because we've got, you know, the Justice card indicating legal proceedings, and then you've got the Hierophant, which often indicates marriage or, you know, societal structures such as that. But it feels a little more foundational than that. Tell me about this. Because actually the Hierophant and the and the High Priestess together are a very, very spiritual pairing. We've got the High Priestess, who is all about that inner wisdom, that divine wisdom that is channeled directly from Source. And then we have the Hierophant card, which speaks about faith and often teaching. Now, could it be that some of you are considering teaching spiritual skills to people? That's possible. But it seems awfully sideways from what your current preoccupations are. I mean, that's not really a surprise, but tell me about the Hierophant card, please. I have the Devil. It's the card of Capricorn. Oh. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the World. Right, I'm gonna put my hand up here and say that actually I tried to do your reading first this morning, and as it was, I got about 3 minutes into it and it was so chaotic I couldn't really make head nor tail of it, and so I stopped the video and I got my coins out again, and I decided to go with, I didn't decide to go with, I was told I was going with Virgo instead, so I did that, and then I got the coins out again and I repicked them, and then it was Libra again, and I was like, alright, so I'm not getting away without doing Libra today, that's fine, we'll do it. Every single card coming towards you in February, including the Shadow card, which is the Fool, is a major arcana card. More than that, you have both the Wheel of Fortune and the World together, which is huge energy. What the fuck? And we also have the Devil here, which is the card of Capricorn. Now, don't panic, because that is sometimes, it talks about, you know, awful, toxic, abusive situations underpinned by fear and all that kind of thing. But there's no one card in the tarot that is, you know, 100% positive or 100% negative. They all have their flip sides. And with the Devil, there's tremendous creativity, particularly when paired with the High Priestess. And I've been seeing this particular combination showing its head over and over again. In the readings that I've been doing over the last few weeks, because the High Priestess channels this, you know, this inspiration, the creativity, but the Devil is the energy that gives it form, right? So, excuse me, everything in the material world is the purview of the Devil, and that's a good thing. So there is the possibility here for some of you, I'm just going to throw this out because this is what I see, who are interested in either teaching or being a student of some sort of spiritual modality, for sure. Perhaps some sort of creative, artistic, expressive modality too. And they are kind of one and the same, right? The emotions that are brought to the fore by art and the creation of art is a connection to the divine, right? I feel that wholeheartedly, and it's one of the reasons why, you know, when I get a really good tarot deck that has imagery that really speaks to me or is just heart-achingly beautiful, right? I work with it much better than something that's very flat image that I've got no kind of connection to. But this is profound. You know, we have a huge opportunity coming in, and that's how this Wheel of Fortune feels, right? We've got a woman on a spindle here, or, you know, spinning wheel, weaving something, you know, with assistance. There is some level of divine assistance here, and it feels like it's seeds that you've planted, right? And without knowing it, some sort of opportunity comes in sideways that feels like it's apropos of nothing, except that it is, because it's a seed you planted. It's just not arrived in the way that you expected it to, you know? It's like planting a seed in the ground and then, you know, coming in and finding cucumbers dangling from the ceiling of your greenhouse or something, right? It's that kind of inverted expectation, but really, really positive. Because we have the world here, which indicates the end of a cycle, a graduation of sorts, if you will. And from the world, you graduate up to the Fool. You start again on a new path. But this is very light and full of opportunity. Even the Devil doesn't feel even slightly negative to me here. We've got the Chariot underneath. Like, could it be that you have been entirely distracted by things of an emotional nature, like things of things to do with your family and your group of friends and all that sort of thing, and you've been kind of plodding through January, absolutely, trying to keep a level in yourself with all of these things, that you have entirely forgotten about something that you set in motion a little while before, because that feels like what is coming in. Ooh, my words. Remember I said in the meditation, like, your energy was really, really strong, and it kind of buttered me a little bit, which is not what I am used to for Libra, for the feel of Libra. I get it almost always with Pisces, but it's so different to my own energy. So when I connect with it, I'm kind of like, ugh. And it's very ungrounded. It's difficult for me to kind of process. But Libra, my Mars is in Libra, so I get this, I feel it, But it came in like a fucking train, just hit me sideways. I was like, whoa. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune, please. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Devil. 9 of Cups. Move up the world. I mean, the message is clear. Really, really fucking clear, Libra. There is a huge new opportunity coming in for you, but it's one that you have dragged towards you. You have created this opportunity, and in the best tradition of magic and ritual and spells and whatnot, you put out a really, really intense intent to the universe, and then let it slip your mind altogether because you were distracted by other things. Like it's roughly how chaos magic works. You create a sigil and then you fucking destroy it and you forget about it, right? You just leave it to do its thing. This feels like what you've done here, because under this Wheel of Fortune we've got the 9 of Wands and the King of Cups. Like, you've been so distracted by your need to fight and keep yourself level about something entirely different that you got distracted by this. And we've got the Star and the 9 of Cups putting in an appearance here too. Like, good Lord, Libra. I don't know what this is, but holy shit, like, all major arcana. February is going to be an incredible month for you, but it sees this incredible deviation from where you thought you were going. And it's all under your autonomy. Like, you have brought this in, you have created it, and now it's here. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see how this plays out. If this resonated with you at all, like, please do leave comment in the under the video and let me know, because I'm really excited for you. This is huge. Actually rather speechless. Okay, well, this is good. There's a possibility that there's another sign bringing this opportunity towards you, in which case it could be the King of... no, it could be Aquarius, it could be Capricorn, it could be Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces. But it feels like it's all you. End of a cycle, very sudden end of a cycle, and the start of a new one. But one absolutely engineered by you. You just forgot about it. Good Lord. Right, well, magnificent. I'm very, very happy for you, Libra. I'm going to go over to Vimeo now and see if we can't kind of pull this future stuff apart a little bit, because I'm absolutely staggered by the amount of major arcana here. And let's see if we can't get a better sense of what's going on. So if you want to come and join me over there, that's fine. If not, all cool. I will see you soon.